Hello, in this video I will be reviewing the LocalsGuide listing system. So you're logged into your main guide control. You're going to click into your guide that you want to manage. You can quickly and easily add a listing by clicking Add Listing. You'll immediately be taken to this page. Now you have one of two choices. You can create a completely new listing, or you can search the LocalsGuide network for listings that might already exist. And you might be wondering, well, how could I use this? Well, oftentimes people are creating guides that are using repetitive content. If you're creating a birding guide or a mushroom guide or even a winery or brewery guide, you're often using listings that are listed in multiple locations. We've created an easy way for you to share between your apps and also for you to share with the greater community at large. So if I was like looking for a hawk, for example, I can start to look and see what's available. There's some different vineyards. It's telling you where these are. That's not really what I wanted, so I'm going to try something again. Let's try Eagle. So there's a lot of different listings. Now when you create, I'm going to do one more, volcanoes. These are some types of, so what you can do is you can select a listing and that's already been created, and then you can either duplicate it or just share it. I'm going to click, so you have that choice, and it really saves you a lot of time. So I'm going to go back to click Add Listing, and we're going to pretend to add a listing totally from the beginning. So clicking Add Listing, it takes you to your page. Now what you need to do is select your category. We do have the ability to add multiple categories, which is a really nice feature. So you can put where to stay, where to eat, and the name of your listing. So let's just call this Retail Inn. Full description would go here. I'm going to put an address. Let's just do this one. It happens to come up. It will actually plot it. You can then decide if you want to show a phone number on your listing. And I'm going to 541-482-4713. This is the locals guide. I can set the what I want to call it. I can put it to show a website or to show an email. I'm going to uncheck these for the moment. I do want to create, and we also have this enable call to action. Call to action is a little bit more advanced, but what it does is instead of having the button at the top of your listing, it puts a button across the entire bottom of your listing as a giant call to action, and it's really helpful for doing things like this. Like we could just do we're just going to make it like order now. And then let's enable call to action. And you can select your button color. A lot of control there. Now, geo alerts will not be enabled on everyone's listing, because this listing is in a category that is an ordered list. It allows me to set the order and also the weight. As I was saying, geo alerts are not always available, but if you were going to set them, you can do it like this and then change the scope. It's a pretty big zone. You can set the alert message. You can also click to add to favorites, share the listing, enable star rating, and then you upload your pictures. Let's just see if I can find something quickly that we can put up. And then we can just upload it. It will upload it dynamically. We do allow you to, and there it is, once you have 5 or 6 images, you can drag and drop them into the correct order that you want. We then allow you to create a tagging system. Tags are a way to find your guide through search. These are tags that are globally assigned right now to this type of guide, but I could put my own historic marker. They already have that historic add tag, and now it adds it. I can easily remove it. So now, oftentimes people are using photographs that are not their own or that belong to them. What you need to do is you can decide to put a photo credit by an original author, or you can override it and just make it by LocalsGuide. But this would actually say your company name here, not LocalsGuide. But because it's our account, it says LocalsGuide. So when you fill in your profile information, you can put your own. The content credits is for the author, and oftentimes an author will have a credit. So these are two nice features that are there. Once you hit submit, then it will add it to your listing. It will take you here, and now you have it's listed. If you want to preview it, you can click on the link. It will take you to the HTML version. There's the order now. This is because this is the HTML version, it's not showing you the full how it will look with the giant call to action, but you can see that in the guide, actual guide when you're working with it. I'm going to go back here. If your listing has been shared, it will show you how many times. And here's the categories that you're in. Here's the tags you use. If you have you can edit your listing by clicking here, and you can enable reviews on your listing by clicking here. Now, users of your guide can write reviews on this listing, and the listing owner will not get the reviews, but you will. And so let's go back out. I'm going to show you some more examples of in-depth listings that have been created. If I go into my guide Ashland, there's over 763 different listings. And so what you want to do at this point is start to figure out how to organize something like this. And here we are. What I can do is I can search for featured listings only. I can search for starred listings only. I can put in a keyword. I'm gonna let's just say we do like Hawk. We'll try this word again. Hit return. There it is, To Hawk Winery. It is shared. This is showing me that it's shared. It's shared in my guide also called Jacksonville. Now the reason why I made the wineries shared is because I did all the different towns in Southern Oregon. I made about 20 different guides, and the wineries were interesting to everybody. So let's go back here. I'm going to give you another example of searching. You can go into specific categories. So if I just want to see who's in the acupuncture category, I can search, and there we go. I can see who's in the breweries, search, and there they are. Now this again is showing how many times it's been shared. Here it's been shared in a conference guide we created and also in a hotel guide. So again, showing you the advantage of building your guide one time and then creating unlimited sub-guides where your listings are shared into it. And I'll go into a lot more detail with that in another video, but this is just showing you how much really there is. One of my favorite sections and the most well done is our outdoor guide. And I have to give you a specific category, which we're not getting any. Okay, I'm still in the parent categories. And here we are, mountain biking. These are all really well done. You can click into them and kind of see it's just a nice little description. Some have more than others. You can, in the app, you can click on the directions and actually get it plotted there. We gave a little bit of a qualification that this was difficult. Let's see here. But yeah, you can really create very nice guides with a lot of information and then share it. So like this is being shared, these listings are being shared into the outdoor guide of Medford because people in Medford also want to go climbing, but these climbing spots are more near Ashland, which is another town about 30 miles away. And so why not use the information twice? People will travel. Okay, so that's the overview. You can really learn a lot about your guide from adding listings and trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about this other than when you add your listing. Actually, there is something I want to show you. When you add your listing, if you know you're going to share it, then you want to come up here and click shared when you create it. Or if you want to keep it private. Now some guides are needing to be 100% private, then just by your guide and guide setup will have the settings to select the default. You might just want to keep it all private. If you know everything you're going to be doing could be used by other people, then let's set it to shared. I want to give you one more nice example of a guide that we built that was really well done in Crater Lake National Park. We built an enormous wildlife guide in here. So I'm going to go into, there's 307 listings in 16 categories. First I'm going to take you into category view and we can just look at how it's all divided up. Here we have a paid category, so we have a birding guide. Each of these is a different type of bird. A grouse, there's 2 of them, 4 falcons, 2 eagles. So let's click into the falcons. There they are, 3 of them have, they all have pictures. 1 is being shared. So let's click into Prairie Falcon. And there's like a nice little description. I actually want to, and let's look at this one. See what it looks like. So even a little bit more. These are really nice descriptions. But once you do this amount of work, there's no point in doing it again. The bird is going to be the same bird whether it's in your guide or another guide. So what you can do is click Edit to go into your listing. And it is shared. But if you wanted to say it wasn't shared, then you want to click it from private into shared. So now when you go into add listing, I'm going to type in and it should be finding this bird. That's how it should work, and for the most part you get the concept. Okay, that's the wrap up of how the add listings works, and thanks for watching.